For our third problem, let's take the limit as x approaches negative infinity. Uh-oh, there's a negative in front of the infinity. Of the 9x to the 6th minus x all over x cubed plus 6. So when we rewrite the expression, because we're going from because we're approaching negative infinity, we're going to put the negative in front of the square root. It's a weird rule, but it is the way it is. I didn't know about this on my midterm, so I probably lost a lot of points because of this. But it's very important. So let's rewrite the expression below. So we have negative square root of 9x to the 6th minus x all over x cubed plus 6. And if you remember from the last video, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 over the variable of the highest degree. In that case, that is x cubed. So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 1 over x cubed and the denominator by 1 over x cubed. This equals to negative square root 9x to the 6th minus x over x cubed in the numerator, and then in the denominator we have x cubed plus 6 over x cubed. Again, we have to rewrite the numerator because, well, we can't just distribute the square root to the 9x cubed and x, so we have to put the x cubed inside here. So this can be rewritten as square root or negative square root of x cubed. If we want to put inside here, we have to make it 1 over x to the 6th multiplied by 9x to the 6th minus x. Now we can do something with this. So this equals 1 over x to the 6th times 9x6 is just 9, and then x over x to the 6th is just 1 over x to the 5th. So this is the negative square root of 9 minus 1 over x to the 5th. Now we can put this back in our numerator, and in the denominator, x cubed over x cubed is just 1 plus 6 over x cubed. And we have the the negative square root of 9 minus 1 over x to the 5th. But now we can take the limit of this guy. So we have the limit as x approaches negative infinity of negative square root 9 minus 1 over x to the 5th divided by 1 plus 6 over x cubed. This goes to 0. This goes to 0. So we're left with the negative square root of 9 over 1, which equals negative 3 over 1, which is just negative 3. So this is the answer to the limit as x approaches negative infinity of the square root of 9x to the 6 minus x all over x squared. Number 4. We have the limit as x approaches negative infinity, once again, of x plus 3 divided by the square root of 9x squared minus 5x. So for this problem, similar like we did the last problem, because x is approaching negative infinity, we're going to add a negative sign in front of the square root. So we're going to rewrite the expression below. We get x plus 3 in the numerator, nothing changes, but in the denominator we have negative square root 9x squared minus 5x. Now, what we've been doing for all the problems, we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 1 over the variable the highest degree, which is x. So multiply the numerator by 1 over x and the denominator by 1 over x. And let's rewrite this expression. So we have x plus 3 over x the numerator all over the negative square root of 9x squared minus 5x all over x in the denominator. Numerator, x over x is just 1, and we have plus 3x. And then the denominator, well, we know by now we can't just leave this as is, so we're going to rewrite it as the negative square root of 1 over x squared times 9x squared minus 5x. So x squared and x squared cancels out, so this is just equal to, numerator stays the same, we still have 1 plus 3 over x. And in the denominator we have the negative square root of 9 minus 5x divided by x squared is just 5 over x. Now we can take the limit of this guy. So if the limit as x approaches negative infinity of 1 plus 3 over x all divided by the negative square root 9 minus 5x. So as x approaches negative infinity, this will become 0, this will become 0, so we are left with 1 over the negative square root of 9, which is equal to negative 1/3. So this is the limit as x approaches negative infinity of the function x plus 3 all over the square root of 9x squared minus 5x.
Wait, can they hear us?
Dude, shut. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget this rule about if x approaches negative infinity and there's a square root, put the negative in front of the square root. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me and you'll lose a lot of points on your midterm and you'll be miserable.